Hi everybody, Emma here. I apologize. This is part 2 of the Kumihimo completion of the Kumihimo bracelet. In the first one we painted the spacer beads, and now we're getting ready to attach them. My wife called, and I don't understand. I'm laughing. I don't understand. She knows the minute she leaves the house, I turn the camera on because then I know I'm going to have a quiet, uninterrupted, surrounding. So I had to, and of course our telephone tells us who is calling. So it's like this electronic voice, and it says, Jen's cell. So I was like, she's out doing grocery shopping, so I really do have to answer the phone because I hate grocery shopping and she knows it. So it's like, um, you know, if I don't have to do that task, then I definitely, make sure that I'm participating in like making up the grocery list, unloading the groceries when she comes home. So, yeah, telling her, you interrupted my video. It's probably not a good thing. Okay, so this is probably all I need. But I want to put a knot, but I don't know. Actually, I could put the knot here because this bead is going to cover it. So, yeah, let's do that. You know what? I'm going to tie it to the one next to it, because that'll all be covered. I'll just do another knot. And I poked myself with those. I was going to say in the previous video, these collapsible needles, I buy them from AliExpress from a specific seller. I was using them on camera for bead weaving because I didn't want to have to mess with the eye of the needle and stuff like that if I needed to change my thread. So this was super easy. And they are so pointy and so thin that they're like deadly. So they're great, but okay, so there was one more strand somewhere here. This one, I think. I think I'm just going to tie these and then finish it up. Because once this thread went through, this is not going to come apart. And they're all tied in knots, so I'm going to get this tight as I can. And this thread is wax thread. It's 1mm wax thread. I buy it on AliExpress for $5 for 260 meters, and stuff lasts forever. I'll show you. I just ordered some colors. I had all like organic colors like browns and black, and this is considered white, but they actually have another one that's whiter than this, which I ordered. And they also have blue, red, green, like crazy colors. So awesome. And the reason I like them so much, because they're wax, you can see they keep, like they bend into shape. So when you're doing knots, that knot will not come out. So then we have this one needs to be attached somewhere. So let me just tie these two together, and then we can okay. So now we want to get our threads in a position so that they're going to be concealed by this. Let me move this out of the way. So what I might do is bring these back through the top, add our glue, and then clip it. Well, this might be hard to get through here. So real life happens. The phone. Not to mention, if I didn't answer, she would be worried. Oh my gosh, what happened? I know she was home when I left her there. You know what she was calling about. So I'm back on keto, kind of. I'm struggling to get back on keto, but I'm getting there. Having snacks at night is my Achilles, and we both do it. But anyway, so she was buying lettuce because most of my diet is like I have a salad for my meal for the day, and the lettuce was $8. So she was calling to see how much I wanted her to buy. But this one needs to be pulled up a bit, I think. The other thing you can do with this thread, and I may have shown you in a different video. There. Okay. So we'll just leave it there because we'll put the glue and then we'll slide that down. Is you can take your needle nose or your flathead pliers or whatever pliers, is you can mash this down with the pliers and just don't break your beads. This awesome cord will keep its shape. Look at how it's flattening. So you can kind of mash down these knots. So that almost disappeared, that knot. So here's a big knot. Let's get rid of this one. Just see if we can get that. So yeah, just go around and squish things down. There. Pretty awesome. So let's get some glue and a toothpick. And see if we can get this to come out. Sometimes it comes out too fast. Let's see if I can get rid of that first piece. Yeah, the other stuff's a little juicier. It's still kind of... I have a new container I might have to open. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And let's slide this down. And we will get rid of that excess glue. And the best way to do that is to take and roll your toothpick up and it'll pull that up. So you can wipe that off and go to the next spot. Roll your toothpick. That part's fine. And some of this too peels off. So now I'm going to move this bead down, see if I can get it down in that spot there. And there. Yeah. Let's get in here. I have some really good scissors. Let me grab those. I did see the other one I was telling you about is this one here. The bunny rabbit. And this is pewter. And then this lovely pink metallic bead. So these are the scissors. They're great. They're embroidery scissors. So we want to get those cords totally out of there. So if you want, you could add a bit of glue in there. I don't think it needs it. I would let this cure overnight. But look at this. So it is definitely a different color. I wasn't able to recreate the same color. So if I had some Gilder's paste in the copper, I could probably get that effect. But there's that bracelet. Super cool. So let's see if we can do the next one. So that was this was supposed to be the turquoise one here. Silver and turquoise. Let's see what I have. So I think I glued this on. So I don't know if I'll be able to get this off there. Let's see if I can peel it off. So I think I used E6000 on this. So you can see how good this stuff is. And this is suede cord that I got from AliExpress. So I'm really surprised that like it's not falling apart when I'm trying to take it off. Let's see, get into this section here. There, that's a little better. Oh, I see. It's I had it cross over, so it's like stuck to the other one. Let's see if that did anything. And a little. There, that did it. There. I'm amazed that this is held up that well. It all came off in one piece. And there, look at. So I had put knots through the weave. So we'll just get the knotting off and we'll bring this down further. Just want to make sure I don't cut my Kumihimo threads. It looked like I had cut one, but it's all there. Just pick these little pieces off. Okay. Oh. Let me just cut these down. And actually, if there's no glue on this, we could take these and get rid of that knot, because the knot probably won't fit through. I have a large like Tupperware bin of bracelets that I made or that were not completely finished, and I thought about doing a series of videos where I just pick something out of the bin. What would be nice is if I could do a live and do that and you guys pick which one, and I can either finish the bracelet or redo it and then, you know, do a giveaway or something. Okay, so this, I don't want this to come apart, but I've got my strands. So we are going to do something like this. That's awesome. So let's get this guy on there. And these strands are really funky. So this is Eslon cord. I don't really like working with Eslon cord. I find it does its own thing. It won't bend, it won't. So this is gonna look nice. Even though it doesn't match, it still looks pretty cool. So let's go back through. You could essentially pinch this and get it over, but I find it's a little tight, so I just easier to do it this way. And like I said, you can put your threads like that and then slide your bead over. And usually pretty much pull it through. A few strands didn't go in. We'll get those guys in there. See what's happening with this one. There. Now, the one good thing with Eslon is you see it's kind of silky, so it went through there with me just pushing it down in. It just slides in there. Okay. Good. Oh, there's one more here. Let's see if we can get this one in. And I mean, you can do this with a needle too. There it is. There. So let's see if we can get these off to the side here. Get our bead where we want it. There, like that. And that's a small button, so that should fit. Let me see, should. A little tight. Actually, we can raise this up so that the Kumihimo part is at the top here. So underneath this will be just strands. So now that'll go in super easy. So now we've got to do something with these strands, and they're kind of short. I'm wondering, we could get it through bead, but then what do we do with them? So I think we need to, and they're even small to do knots. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add my glue, leave the strands, let the glue set, and then cut them and just leave it like that. I mean, this is a repair kind of upgrade here, so let me see where. There, okay, it's right at the top there, so let's grab, hold. You could put a piece of tape just to hold them down and in position. Meantime, I'm going to bring this up a bit. I'm going to put glue here and then slide this over. A big drop. Grab these guys down. Out of the way. This is very precarious. Ugh. My hands touching the glue and then touching the beads. which I don't want. Okay, so let's get this, where's my toothpick? Let's get this glue on top of the strands. And I guess what I could do is actually put the glue on the paper and then pick it up and add it. There, that should do it. And I'm just going to clean that up a bit. There's a bit there too. There. So we'll just let that one dry and cut the threads later. Now this one. So again, I've got my slip knot. Pull that out. And we can untangle this. Bring those together. And okay, so this was the one that we were doing the blue on. And then we tried to add some white. That doesn't look right. It's very purple. Now this one's for the pearl one. Oh look, there's paint on my button. That must be acrylic paint because it's coming off pretty easy. I think we should just put a regular one on here because then I'm not feeling that one. Let's see. See what it looks like. Yeah, I think we should just put the one without the finish. I'm just checking I have other beads. There's one here that's kind of got like an ocean swirly kind of feel to it. I should try this one. Yeah, I think. Okay, so let's get, so we'll save that one for the pearl. And let me cut this. Get easier to put through. You know, I'm going to mention again about the grocery shopping. So my wife makes a big deal about the fact that she's doing the grocery shop. I mean, she doesn't make a big deal, but it's like, you know, I'm always appreciative and stuff like that. When she was still working and I was retired, I would do all the grocery shopping and all the cleaning. Now she was like, no, don't do it. I'll help and stuff. But I was like, no. I mean, when you get home from work, I appreciate the fact that you don't have to do chores and we can socialize when you're home from work. So that's how we kind of negotiated. And of course, when she retired, we had to renegotiate. There was a bit of a lag. Like, okay, get off your butt. I need some help. Relationships, doesn't matter what type of relationship you're in, you have to negotiate who does what. This is looking nice. This was a good suggestion, Emma. Thanks for participating. So you can see this is like really big. We don't need it that big, so we can pull and hide right down to the bottom. This is good. And you can adjust this too. This can be where you adjust your your length too. If you get to the end, say you only have a certain amount of beads, or you get to the end and you realize, oh, I should have made it a bit longer, you can extend it, and that bead will help you, because if I wanted to, I could bring those unwoven strands up to here so that it's covered by the bead. So I think we're going to go to it there. Yep. So let's pull it there. I am going to separate these. Try and do it even so that there's no, and there's knots in there too, I forgot. So, and what you can do is, you don't have to knot it. You can wrap it, and I've done that on other bracelets. And this cord is awesome for that too. So you can kind of wrap it around that one strand like this, almost like a braid. There. And I think we will tie it off here. Now this time I'm not going through, but maybe I should. Pull as tight as you can, and if you're worried about that knot, again, use the technique with your pliers, squish it down. But I think what I'm going to do is take this knot and just weave it through, or this strand. And with my nice crazy bent needle, and I'll go down 3. That. And I think I'm going to go through the Kumihimo, come out the other side, and go up. So you don't even have to do a knot for this. I wouldn't want a knot in here somewhere. You've done all this lovely work. Let's go through this one. And just go through the one that seems like where the strand would normally go. Get my pliers here. It's possible that I actually punctured the other strand, so that's why it's struggling to get through. Yeah, I went through that piece of cord. Let's see if we can get it. We may end up, see if I can. And it could be that one of the beads is small, so it's hard to get through. Here, let me pull this out. Get that through. Yeah, it had gone through that thread. Let's go through these two. The needle is totally, it's busted. No, it's not. Let me try and straighten that out. C'est tout magané. It's all messed up in French. Why is that? And maybe these beads are super tiny. I could probably get the strand through. Let's not bother, and let's just go through here and just pull it out the other side. Look at this. What a mess. Oh, we won't see that. Oh, I'm pulling tight, and it's actually pushing that row of beads. So just kind of wiggle it with your hands back into position. I did a loose weave on these, so you can, like, I don't know if I could show you, I can flatten that. So just watch you don't mess up your stuff. Let me see if I can get this through. See if I can get these through that spacer bead, and then we can make sure that these strands are covered with glue. Let me get in here. So because this wax cord holds its shape, it's really amazing to work with to get through things. Let's bring this one up. And then these guys. Here. The third one. Sometimes too, if you just take another strand and put it next to the others and then pull the others, it will pull that strand through for you. So that's awesome. Okay. They're all ready to go. I'm just gonna squish them down a bit, and we are gonna coat this with glue. We're gonna try the paper method. I'm learning. I'm new to this too. Okay, so let's get some glue on the paper. Cover that up. Let's take some of this. Like that. And the final bit. Clean that toothpick off a bit. Okay, here we go. It's most likely most of it's gonna get squished to the bottom, but we'll clean that up. Just trying to turn it a bit, see if I can keep some of that glue inside the bead. That's probably got it, so let's clean this. And you can leave this if you want, you know, at the top. It doesn't really matter. Push down a bit more. If you get some on your beads and you don't get a chance to get it off, not a big deal, because once it dries, you can peel it off. It has kind of a rubbery texture to it. And that's the great thing about using E6000 is it's, all my needles, it moves with your jewelry even after it's cured. But you saw on this one how it held on incredibly. And if you don't want that little piece showing, you can just slide your bead right back up, because I don't know if you noticed when I was cutting it, it slid down a bit. So there you go. So let's cut these. This is pretty secure now. Get these guys off. Okay. That one turned out lovely. I'm still a bit kind of not sure about this. I feel this looks messy, I guess is the word. So I have to think about that. I mean, I'll probably leave it. If I can find some copper, I might be able to add the copper to the top surface, and then it'll look more like the button. Then we have this one. It's lovely. Those were already done. Then this one here. This one came out pretty good. That, and so let's talk about this one. This is a special design. So this was I think it's CS something is her channel name, and she does like wire wrapping, but she also does some Kumihimo. She had a design where it would be like a strand of 4mm beads, and then 3, and I don't know if you can really see that, 3 11-0 beads. And she shows you how to line it up on the Kumihimo disc. So I did it the way she told, but you can clearly tell there's like a bead inside. There's a few of those. And these are so not where they're supposed to be. Like this one here. It's like 5 in a row. It's supposed to be like a row of stuff. So I'm going to work on this one. But we were going to add the lovely silver bead, because this one's ready to go. So I think even though it's messed up, I think they're lovely. These are Preciosa pearls, and this is a pewter button. So this is all like expensive components, and it was like a nightmare doing this Kumihimo. So I definitely want to keep it. I am kind of sentimental about stuff like this, where, you know, my first bracelet of a certain design I will often keep. So just gonna do this, and we'll do this one up. Jeez, I tied this one a few times, eh? Was worried. So here's the other thing too, is with this, I'm using the waxed cord. I love it. It's so much easier to work with. I find the Eslon like incredibly hard. Look at you can see where my tension changed and stuff in this. It's just, and then I found that these cords didn't stay in the Kumihimo disc well, like they slide too much and come out. And when I was trying to add like this stuff and create the tension I needed to create the pattern, it was really hard. So just get this, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. Let me see if I can get these somewhat close in length. Just makes it easier to go through the bead. So that'll look lovely. these guys through here and keep your finger on the loop, otherwise it'll just pop right through and you'll have to start all over. I speak from experience. So let's move that, and I think I'm just going to do 4 strands and a knot. Okay, let's bring these guys around. I just like tying these knots. I find the Essalon annoying. Just try to secure the previous knot, because if I do all 4, we're going to have a big chunking knot. So that. And I think we need to weave one of these in. I think that would slide up. You're going to find a really open space to do this, because there's no way this is going through a bead. That was the other thing, doing the Essalon, and maybe, I know there's different size Essalon. Weaving these 11 O's and the 4mm pearls onto the Essalon was a nightmare. Let's go through here. So let's see. I think I'm going to go around somewhere else, hide this guy. Let's go around this bead. Apologize, this is not very instructional. Okay, let's see if we can secure this. Actually, we can tie it off with one of these. I think I might want to move it away from the pearls though. So let's see if we can pull it up here. And where's the needle? There. Okay. So I didn't put a knot in there. Not too concerned about it. Yeah, I'm going to cut this again, because you can see that they're all different lengths again. Just to make it a little easier. So I'm only going to bring these up because I want those threads again. I want them away from the pearls. I want to make sure they're covered in glue. Yeah. Okay, I might have to get a needle out for this. Let me see if I pull it, if it will grab the others. Let's see if we can get these 4 through. Yay. Okay. I find sometimes, and I apologize, it's been kind of quiet here as I concentrated. I find sometimes, and maybe it's me just making this observation, when I have a bracelet that I'm having difficulty with, I'm just looking, why is it so high up there? I think I moved this up too far. That it gets to a point, it seems like every process is just one more pain in the butt. Like it doesn't work the way you want it to work, kind of thing. Let me see if I can pull this down. So this, pulling the individual threads down here. Oh, Jen's home. I have to help unload the groceries. There's one more strand there that's not. Yes, honey, I'll be done in a second and help you. There we go. So let's slide this up. I'm going to pull this back down. So this is an argument for making this, like tying the knots to your base, because that should stay down. It shouldn't move up and down. But it's that difficult bracelet. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm done. And the funny part is I still get sentimental and save them. I don't know, this one might be getting given away. I don't know if this is gonna do it, but we're gonna try. And last piece. So we're going to slide this down. That looks good. Take the excess glue off. There. There's a tiny bit here on the pearl. And we'll clip these guys off. And there we have it. Ta-da! So there is all of the bracelets that I've made so far. And so if you're interested, if there's a specific Kumihimo design you're interested in, let me know. And I'll see if I can decipher it for you. And then there's this lovely bunny one. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.